Good morning or good evening, my lovelies. I just realized that my mic was muted, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. So, welcome. Welcome to Wednesday evening meditation. And I am Rev Pat, and I am delighted to be here with you tonight. And I am looking forward to this meditation. I always look forward to the time when we can take time to step away and connect in with our source. Hello, Michelle. Good evening, honey. Glad to see you here. And if you're here and want to put your name in the chat box, I always love to know who's with me tonight. And so I was just thinking about my day. I've had kind of a quiet day, got my talk written, and haven't done a whole lot of other things. So it's been kind of a laid back day, and I appreciate those every once in a while. So I'm going to be sharing with you tonight from a book that I've used in the past, and it's called I Am With You Always. I don't know if you can see that. My light that I have on is blocking it. Let me turn the light off and maybe you can see it. Oh, let me get it off there. There, much better. I Am With You Always, and it's written by Douglas Block. And I've used it in the past. He has some really great little essays. And so tonight's essay that I'm going to be sharing with you is on guidance. You know, I try to pick out something that I need because, as I tell you often, I do these for me, and if you benefit from them, all the better. So we're gonna be looking at guidance. So I invite you to get comfortable, get yourself in a position that once we finish with the reading, you'll be ready to move right into meditation. So the reading goes like this. When the prophet Elijah went to the mountaintop to receive divine guidance, he discovered that God dwelled not in the wind, the fire, or the earthquake, but in a still small voice within. And today also we must attune to this inner voice to find the answers and the guidance that we seek. How does one hear this voice of truth? The key is to quiet the mind and allow the inner wisdom to rise up from your depths. Your intuition will speak to you in any number of ways, through words, a bodily sensation, a gut feeling, a picture, or just a general sense about things. In seeking inner guidance, it is important to discern between the voice of truth and the false voice, also known as the voice of the ego. When you follow the true voice, your life will be filled with peace, clarity, joy, and assistance from the universe. The false voice brings the opposite, confusion and struggle. In this way, the universe gives you feedback as to whether or not you're aligning yourself with the higher will. I want to comment on a couple of things that is said in this reading. And the first one is the key is to quiet the mind and allow the inner wisdom to rise up from your depths. So times like this, where we step away from our daily activities and set an intention to quiet our mind, is the time when that intuition can speak to us, or that small, still voice within. And for each of us, we get that in a different way. The author says it could be a word, a bodily sensation, a gut feeling, a picture, or just a general sense of something. And so each one of us has our own way of receiving that message or that intuition or that guidance. And then he goes on to say, it is important to discern between the voice of truth and the false voice, also known as the voice of the ego. I was sharing with someone the other day about this still small voice within, and I said, you will know it when you hear it, because it will not be like the voice that chatters in your head incessantly. It will be a totally different sensation, a totally different experience. And when he talks about here that the false voice brings the opposite of confusion and struggle, we've been working in the book, What's in the Way is the Way. And the author, Mary O'Malley, talks a lot about being in the clouds. And when we're in the clouds, we're in our stories and we're in that confusion and struggle. And when you follow the true voice, your life will be filled with peace, clarity, joy, and assistance from the universe. So as we take the time to step away and go into the silence, I invite you to just pay attention. Pay attention to a word, a symbol, a picture, something, a sensation, a bodily sensation, something that is not normally what you experience, for that will be that still small voice speaking to you. So let's just take a moment and get ourselves centered. I will ring the bell 3 times. So first of all, let's take some deep breaths. And in those deep breaths, breathing in love and breathing out peace. Breathing in joy and breathing out peace. Breathing in clarity and breathing out peace. You may choose a word that will be your anchor, so that when you find your mind wandering, you can bring it back to your word or bring it back to your breath as we move into the silence. Let nothing disturb thee, nothing affright thee. All things are passing. God never changes. Patient endurance attaineth to all things. Who God possesses in nothing is wanting. Alone God suffices. And that's from Teresa of Avila. I will step back and let him lead the way, from A Course in Miracles. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
How many do you have?
I bow in gratitude to you. Go forth and have a beautiful evening. Namaste.